Come try Sonny's original smoked pork plates. Get pork with ribs, and wings for on the Sonny's Cuban starting at $7.99. Available for dine-in, curbside pickup, or delivery. Sonny's Barbecue, local pitmaster since '68.
Just up the road in Erlanger, Kentucky's own playing card company produces 4 billion decks of cards a year. We know because we're Kentucky's insurance company, insuring all sorts of property damage involving your auto and home, but not your house of cards. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
At Baptist Health, we want you to know the facts. Visit BaptistHealthTalks.com to view a video of Dr. Paige Quintero on bariatric solutions for weight loss. Baptist Health Lexington. Be a healthier you.
At ADA Heating and Air, we are honored that you choose us every day for your HVAC needs. We proudly install American-built, American Standard products at the best possible prices. ADA and American Standard, built to a higher standard.
ADA's on the way. There's always time for slow smoking, even when you're in a hurry. Turn any meal into a barbecue with Sonny's Barbecue to go. Click, call, or come on in. Sonny's Barbecue, local pitmasters since '68.
Count on LEX 18 News.
Right now at 6:30, the bluegrass waking up to snow this morning, which could leave streets white. We are live with a look at road conditions straight ahead. Also, 1 in 3 Americans are in a winter storm watch or warning from a massive nor'easter. Track the forecast with us. And today marks the start of Black History Month. We are teaming up with the Today Show to highlight some of the change makers in our community. Our first look coming up at 6:30, and this is LEX 18 News at Sunrise. And good morning, Chris, Claire, and Tom here on this first day of February. Guys, we are up to 70 closings now because of the snow out there, according to our Sunrise producer, Megan.
Yes, that's right. You can see the snow blowing behind Tom. I can see a little sliver of where I haven't closed my blinds all the way. And the road right outside my apartment is covered in white. So I can confirm that at least some of these side streets aren't totally clear here on your Monday morning.
I mean, it looks like it's coming down crazy hard behind Tom there, but that's a little bit of
21.
Yeah, it's a little bit of effect we're seeing there, Tom. Explain that.
There's a spotlight at Keeneland at the track. I just love this shot for the emphasis. It looks like, we're going to be buried under 3 feet of snow like they are in New England states. This is just snow falling, and you can see some of the accumulation on the grass out at Keeneland. And we've got the snow showers, at least the more widespread, and the moderate snow is now pushed into our southeastern counties. This is the round that went through overnight and is continuing to track southeast. We're getting some breaks in the action over northern Kentucky, but we'll likely see redevelopment. So this is going to be a situation on again, off again all day long, where we've got these snow showers that persist. Then you get a break, and then you have more building in. And we could end up with a few inches of snow in spots. We're going to talk about that coming up. The future track, at least in the short term, shows that morning wave diminishing. The cloud cover never going anywhere, so it's going to be an overcast and dreary day, but then additional redevelopment later on today into tonight. So, we've got snow with us in some extent all through the day today, overnight, and then finally wrapping up out east tomorrow morning. The other concern is it's 28 in Owenston, it's 29 in Lexington, Winchester below freezing by a degree in Richmond, Stanford below it. So everywhere that's at and below freezing, in addition to wet roads, you could start to see, as Claire was saying, snow-coated and slick roads. So travel is really going to be the biggest impact today. Later this week, milder and messier, more rain than anything else. But then an Arctic cold snap could be brewing, just to keep things interesting. We'll check that out in your 8-day forecast.
6:32, we continue to track some breaking news this morning in Scott County. 2 lanes of I-75 northbound are blocked because of a jackknife semi. Let's take a look. This is a live look at the scene near mile marker 134. This is some video that we actually just shot a few moments ago. We're told the lanes are going to be blocked for about 1 hour. Multiple agencies are there on scene. We will keep you updated about the situation throughout the morning. Again, this is I-75 northbound up there getting close to Sadieville.
And road crews have been hard at work here in central and eastern Kentucky as the Commonwealth is dealing with this mix of overnight rain and snow.
LEX 18's Claire Kopsky is live this morning. She's up on the north side of town, Newtown Pike near the interstate, with this Storm Tracker team coverage.
Hey, Claire and Chris, giving you the update since we last saw you. Snow still coming in sideways. It's slowed up a little bit, but it is still really messy out here. As you can see behind me, the interstate and Newtown Pike moving pretty normally with pace, but people definitely taking it a little bit slower. You're seeing those brake lights a lot more frequently than a normal day, but those road crews were out last night. We're told that they started treating those bridges and those overpasses around 8 o'clock, and then they tended, because of an overpass tending to freeze first, they started there. And then around midnight, we're told that reinforcements began.
And we apologize there. We had some trouble with her shot there. She's up on the north side. We want to give you a look at the south side of the city this morning, a look at road conditions there. This is Nicholasville Road at East Reynolds Road, and you can see there the roads are mainly wet. There are some drops on the traffic camera. You can see there's snow is on the grass, and you will notice some slush in some of the turning lanes this morning. And be especially careful on those bridges and overpasses. Those are the areas that can get the slickest, the quickest.
And as we've been telling you, Kentucky is not the only place waking up to some snow this morning. A major nor'easter is affecting 110 million people, with about 1 in 3 people in our nation being under some form of winter storm watch or warning. We want to give you a live view right now of Times Square in New York City. As you can see, the roads there already covered in snow. NYC is expecting snow all day today. The storm, which forecasters predicted will last until at least tomorrow, had already dumped a half foot of snow in the Midwest. Snow will continue in parts of Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin as the system travels east. Officials in New Jersey are already declaring a state of emergency. Parts of western Connecticut could see 2 feet of snow before the storm passes.
Look at, just not very much fun to drive in, and you can continue to track the winter weather with us in several ways. Stick with us right here on Sunrise. You can also check out the forecast on our website, lex18.com, for the latest, and take that forecast on the go with the free Storm Tracker weather app.
All right, it is 6:35. Switching now to some other news this morning. The search continues this morning in Lexington for a suspect allegedly involved in a downtown shooting. Police say around 5:15 last night, a man in his 20s was shot in the city center complex right near the Residence Inn. Investigators say the man was taken to the hospital, and we are told his injuries are considered to be life-threatening. At this time, officers do not believe any of the recent shootings in Lexington are connected. So if you have any information about this incident or any of the other shootings, contact Lexington Police.
There is encouraging information from the governor's office about the ongoing pandemic. The state is reporting a 3rd straight week of decreasing COVID-19 cases. That is according to the latest data coming out of Frankfurt. Only 1,768 new cases were reported yesterday. This brings our total to over 362,000 positive cases. 31 new deaths were also reported. Overall, we have lost over 3,700 Kentuckians to the virus since last March. Our positivity rate remains steady this morning. It's 8.81%. Yesterday marked the 3rd straight day it's hovered around that mark.
All right, the Super Bowl is 6 days away, and the CDC is helping you stay safe amid the pandemic with some new guidance. Health officials say attending large gatherings, including the Super Bowl or a party, increases your risk of getting and spreading COVID-19. So the guidance says the safest way to watch is at home with people you live with. However, if you do choose to go to a party or the game, be sure to wear a mask and physical distance. Also, consider using noisemakers instead of cheering and using touchless payment methods. All right, staying in the world of sports now, the UK men's basketball game versus Texas was canceled this weekend due to COVID-19 cases at UK.
But the women's basketball team pressed on with an impressive win against Mizzou, 61-55. The number 15 women's Wildcats closed the game with an 11-2 run to defeat the Tigers yesterday at home in Lexington's Memorial Coliseum. Up next, Kentucky plays Ole Miss on the road. That's Thursday night at 7 o'clock. You can catch that game on the SEC Network Plus on TV or the UK Sports Network on radio. As always, we will have a full game analysis on air and on LEX18.com. 6:38, tracking snow showers throughout the day today, and we do have chances for more throughout this first week of February. Tom joins us with the latest forecast coming up next.
Plus, we are going to get a check on traffic and the road conditions across the city, and we'll get a look at the cheapest gas in the state when we come right back.
Do you know if you pay taxes on your Social Security? It depends. I'm Vince Montgomery with Family Wealth Group. To learn more about Social Security and your finances, watch the Family Wealth Group Money Minute every Monday or look us up at thefamilywealthgroup.com.
When Kentuckians face a cancer diagnosis, they want the latest research, the best treatment options, the most advanced care. That's why Kentuckians come to UK Healthcare's Markey Cancer Center when it matters most. And it's why we've been named the top cancer center in Kentucky and one of the best in the nation by U.S. News Best Hospitals. UK Healthcare's Markey Cancer Center, the power of advanced medicine.
Arby's, 2 for $6 every day. The biggest fish sandwich of your life. Twice. 2 of those things for just $6. Arby's, we have the meats.
Work out anytime. The gym that's open all the time is all about your health. That's why we're following guidelines for cleanliness and hygiene. And right now, you can join Work Out Anytime for only $1 down or $10 for our premium membership. Work Out Anytime. Maple Leaf off Man of War.
Go pro at Subway for double the protein on foot-long subs and the new protein bowls. And if you want to go pro like Marshawn, don't let anything get in your way.
Here we go.
Yeah, appreciate you, man.
Go pro and get double the protein for just $2 more.
The shot at the buzzer, and it's good. Yeah. I tell you, he has ice in his veins.
Oh, Larry, it's freezing in here. Get up and call Fayette Heating and Air.
No heat? Get a $59 system check today. Fayette Heating and Air.
A new year is the perfect time for a new look. From closets to pantries and garages, California Closets can help you get started. And right now, you'll save up to 15% when you upgrade to a premium finish. Schedule your free design consultation at californiaclosets.ca.
640 LEX 18 traffic tracker live look this morning at New Circle Road at Georgetown Road. As you can see, the main roads are mainly wet this morning. Be careful on those bridges and overpasses. We do have a non-injury crash right now. Old Frankfort Pike near South Yarnalton Pike. That's a single vehicle off the roadway. And as we've been talking about this morning, I-75 north at the 134 mile marker up in Scott County, 2 lanes are blocked due to a jackknife semi. Claire?
All right, quickly, here's a look at a couple of the lowest gas prices in Lexington, courtesy of GasBuddy.com. We got a tie at $2.09 at both the Marathon on Garden Springs Drive and the Thorntons on North Broadway. And the cheapest gas in the state is still $1.98, but right now that's in E-Town at the Circle K. Now here's Tom with your forecast.
Well, getting a look at our St. Joseph Hospital live weather camera. This is South Broadway before it changes over to Harrodsburg Road and then Mason Headley and Waller Avenue there. Roads generally wet, but you can see where the snow has accumulated as well. And we've had a number of potential spots where you could have snow-coated roadways in addition to just them being wet. This is the parking lot at UK's campus as you look over towards Kroger Field there from BCTC. So just use caution on the roads this morning. We've had a pretty good shot of snow go through this morning. It is now pushing into our southeastern counties. You can see that darker blue down around Jackson and Beattyville there, indication of some moderate snow. Temperatures hovering right around freezing, but in the wake of the snow that's gone through this morning, we're now down in the upper 20s. We've been at or below freezing since midnight in Lexington, so you could easily do some slipping and sliding on the roads. It extends down from I-65 west and then runs all the way out into our eastern Kentucky counties. You're still getting hints of a mix where you're in the mid-30s in the mountains. It's a wintry Monday, and thank goodness you're not a little farther east because they're dealing with a full-blown nor'easter. You heard Chris and Claire talking about this. Look at that bullseye of accumulated snowfall. The future snowfall potential measured in feet. This is about 1 to 2 feet as you head out towards New England states and then running down through New York City and towards Philly. They've got a winter storm warning in effect. We are under a winter weather advisory today. We'll see inches of snow instead of feet of snow. It goes through Monday evening, and the bluegrass goes till tomorrow morning for our far southeastern border counties. Generally about a 1 to 3 inch snow. Since it's snow showery, the amounts will vary for some. And then some higher amounts, but you're talking higher elevations, a couple thousand feet up, ridge tops, mountain tops, south and east. Future track shows that morning wave diminishing. There'll be breaks, and then you'll have additional snow showers firing back up again. Look at the clock. It's dinner time. We're still dealing with it. So this could be an issue for the evening commute for us before the snow finally starts to wind down overnight. And by Tuesday morning, the last of those snow showers diminish over our eastern Kentucky counties. So we're going to be dealing with this for a while, essentially. 28-degree current temperature at Bluegrass Airport and low 30s into our southern counties. That's about where we will hover today. The range upper 20s to low to mid-30s down south. The wind chill is in the mid-teens. You want to talk about getting cold? Check this out. You're looking at the upper level setup, the cold air aloft, and we have our usual, winter cold air in place. Nothing stunning about this, but there is the potential for a wave of Arctic air building and dropping south, a significant cold snap. It may be brief, but it could hit late this weekend, early next week. You can see the core of that wicked cold air descending across the Great Lakes and a glancing blow here. This means we may see highs only in the teens and single-digit lows going into early next week. Just as fast as it goes blowing in here, it pulls out, but we may see another one brewing closer to the middle of February. So keep that in mind. We've got this winter weather to deal with today, wet and at times snowy roads and slick travel. And then we'll take a break and end up wetter than wintry later this week with 40s and rain mixed with snow. And then there's that cold crashing in out there toward the end of the 8th day.
All this month, they are the Black trailblazers who've broken barriers and pushed for change. This morning, Chanel shares her hometown story, where one of the first sit-ins in the country helped spark desegregation. The remarkable little-known story, this morning on Today.
You faithfully pay your insurance premium, but do you really know what insurance you have? Are you really protected? If you've been injured, know your rights. Speak to an experienced attorney at Kaufman & Stigger to get all the money you deserve. Go to GetTheTiger.com.
Love lower than low prices? Then get more ways to save at Kroger, where you can find personalized coupons, weekly deals, and rewards like fuel points. All for prices that are lower than low. On food that's fresher than fresh. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
When you're named the #1 hospital in Kentucky for 5 straight years, it comes with enormous responsibility. A responsibility that we are honored to hold. It means that no healthcare challenge is too big or too small. It means that we will always show the best of us. It means that we are the hospital to meet the healthcare needs of the Commonwealth. The best in Kentucky, the best for Kentucky. UK Healthcare, the power of advanced medicine.
Been in a car accident? Remember, it's always your choice who repairs your vehicle. Trust Green's Toyota to be there for you like we have been for over 50 years with our state-of-the-art collision center. Green's is the only certified Toyota collision center in the area, but we work on all makes and models. With free estimates and enterprise rental company on site, Green's will handle your claims from beginning to end. Tell your insurance you want your vehicle repaired right.
Great people, great cars, great Greens.
When you call Kaufman & Stigger, you're going to get to speak to an actual attorney.
We'll be able to tell you right away what your options are, because you're not talking to some staff person, you're talking to somebody that has years of experience.
If you've been injured in an accident, get the Tiger on your side.
Get your storm tracker forecast on WVLK-FM 92.9. Lexington's new country leader, playing the most and best new country music in Central Kentucky.
Welcome back to Sunrise here at 6:47. During the month of February here at LEX 18, along with the Today Show, we're going to feature change makers in our community in celebration of Black History Month. Today, we focus on those making history in the Commonwealth. LEX 18's Dia Davidson brings us this conversation on making history with her one-on-one interview with Attorney General Daniel Cameron.
As we begin the month of February and, of course, the celebration of African American History Month, we're talking about history makers. And in our state, we have a history maker who holds the title of Attorney General. And, of course, that is Attorney General Daniel Cameron. Attorney General, thank you so much for joining me today.
Well, happy to be here. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Let's talk a little bit about the significance to you of this first year, this marker of this first year. What has been for you the most significant?
Well, obviously, I wake up every morning and just grateful with the blessing and the opportunity to serve as the 51st Attorney General here in the Commonwealth of Kentucky, and to have that moniker placed next to my name as the first independently elected African American to hold statewide office. It is a huge responsibility, one that I take very seriously. And this past year was a year of a great challenge, but also great opportunity. 2020 was a year of testing, but what I've hope people will see is that in this role, we are always going to be responsible to the law and to the facts.
But, Attorney General, with all due respect, that is the one thing that especially the African American community feels that you have not fulfilled for them. And in light of last Friday, on the 22nd, the filing of a petition for impeachment for you based on their feeling that you breached their trust. You, they say, misrepresented findings, especially in the Breonna Taylor case. What are your feelings about that? Because that's going to be a part of your legacy.
Well, look, I'm confident in the team that we had working with the grand jury, the presentation of the evidence that was put forth to the grand jury. Again, I understand that on these high-profile matters, that there will never be 100% agreement when those decisions are made, and I take full responsibility for those decisions. But my responsibility, as I've said from the very beginning, is to the law. And make no mistake about it, and I've said this from the beginning, that what happened in the early morning hours of March 13th was a tragedy. And sometimes our law is inadequate to address a tragedy. But I'm confident in the presentation to the grand jury and confident of the recommendations that our team made.
There are so many little boys and little girls in the Commonwealth, teenagers, boys and girls, black and white and everything in between, who are looking at you and watching you as a role model. What do you feel is your obligation as a man, as a Kentuckian, as a black man in Kentucky, to those children and to their ideals of what they can become in the future?
I hope children of all ages and all races will look at me not as as someone to aspire to, but to inspire them to be greater and to just keep pushing that ball forward. I hope that's what children see by my time here as Attorney General.
And if you are interested in listening to Dia's entire conversation with Attorney General Daniel Cameron, just log on to our social media sites, Facebook and Twitter, as well as lex18.com. And coming up today on the Today Show, Chanel Jones will focus on the nation's first ever sit-ins back in 1958 in Wichita, Kansas. LEX 18 and the Today Show will feature change makers' stories throughout the month of February, so be sure and stay tuned for that. And Sunrise continues right after this.
Onboard navigation system, rear DVD player, dual zone climate control. But none of it mattered when they were hit by a careless driver. If you or someone you love were injured by a careless driver, let the Becker Law Office fight for everything you deserve. Because you have rights. Now you have a lawyer.
Call Becker Law. Just dial 3s.
At Lexington Clinic, we're celebrating a healthy you. For 100 years, Lexington Clinic has been at the forefront of keeping your family healthy, whatever the future holds. We are ready for the next 100 years. Lexington Clinic, your doctors for life.
Come try Sonny's original smoked pork plates. Get pork with ribs, and wings, or on the Sonny's Cuban starting at $7.99. Available for dine-in, curbside pickup, or delivery. Sonny's Barbecue, local pitmaster since '68.
We are all doing our best to get through this very challenging time. But when our loved ones are isolated and we can't get to them to see if they're okay, we feel powerless. If you've been notified that your loved one has been moved to an urgent care facility, or you've been told they've been injured or hospitalized, there are things you can do. Call the dedicated nursing home legal team at Hughes & Coleman, and we can get you the answers you need and help protect your loved ones. Call Hughes & Coleman, 800-800-4600.
Have you been struggling with back or neck pain, maybe even considering an invasive surgical procedure? Do you wonder if there's something more conservative that could be tried first?
Due to the overwhelming success, we've moved our office to accommodate even more spinal decompression equipment.
Constant back pain, was facing surgery, so I did some research, came in for a consult, decided to give it a try, and I'm thankful I did.
Pick up the phone, give us a call to schedule your free consultation and MRI review at our new location to see if decompression therapy could help. It could change your life.
It is 6:54. Chris Sinclair here with more news. The TSA is going to start enforcing President Biden's mask mandate for passengers using mass transit starting tomorrow.
That's right. The order applies to any form of public transportation on board planes, trains, buses, boats, subways, taxis, and ride shares. Violators may be denied entry, boarding, or continued transport and could also face penalties. Under the new mandate, the mask needs to have at least 2 or more layers of breathable fabric and fit snug. Gaiters must be made with at least 2 layers of fabric, but scarves and bandanas do not meet the new mask mandate standard.
West Virginia, a small and mostly rural state with a large elderly population, was tagged early on as a place likely to struggle with COVID-19 and any vaccine rollout, but the state is now being hailed as a vaccination success story. Health officials say 85% of its delivered vaccine doses have been used. According to data from the CDC, that puts it second in the country behind North Dakota. A key part of the strategy was the decision not to activate a federal partnership with the CVS and Walgreens pharmacy chains. Instead, they rely on independent local drugstores. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer thinks President Joe Biden should declare climate change a national emergency. Over the weekend, Senator Schumer said that the climate represents an existential threat to our country and our planet. He urged for every tool in the toolbox to be used to combat climate change. Senator Schumer believes that if Biden declares a national emergency, he will have more resources to use. 6:56 now, a second spacewalk at the International Space Station is happening today.
2 NASA astronauts will attempt to complete long-term battery upgrade work. Today's spacewalk will address a variety of tasks and will be conducted by NASA flight engineers Michael Hopkins and Victor Glover. They flew to the space station aboard the SpaceX Crew Dragon Resilient spacecraft. Among other tasks, they will install a final lithium-ion battery adapter plate, which will wrap up battery replacement work begun 4 years ago. The spacewalk will begin around 7 a.m. this morning, just here in a couple minutes, and is expected to last about 6.5 hours.
You know about a couple of accidents here in the city, and a final check of the forecast next.
God's Pantry Food Bank has provided nutritious food across 50 counties in Kentucky since 1955. Because of COVID-19, more people are experiencing hunger than in recent memory. We're teaming up with the Arby's Foundation and asking for your support. Because with just $1, the food bank can create 8 meals. Call the food bank at 859-255-6592 or visit godspantry.org. Thank you for fighting hunger with us and delivering hope to Kentucky.
Everyone's buzzing about buying local. With the recent bee shortage, I'm keeping a colony of bees right in my backyard. The bees that made this honey were cared for and given the attention they needed. That's why UK Federal Credit Union should be your local bank.
Subtract the state tax and watch the savings add up. It's PRAT's sales tax holiday with savings as good as the state sales tax and up to 6 years, no money down. Buy any premium queen mattress set and get a free TV up to 65 inches, plus a free power base upgrade and free delivery. Serta memory foam queen set, just $5.99 with a free power base upgrade and free 32-inch TV. Your stimulus check goes further because
nobody beats PRAT's.
Cold weather is here. Is your furnace ready? Save money with Georgetown Advantage Air's service maintenance plans. Our experts are here for you day or night. Call Georgetown Advantage Air today to keep your furnace running at its best. We will impress you.
Here's a look at the Max track. The more widespread and moderate snow that went through overnight is now tracking into eastern counties. But even though it looks like it's letting up in the bluegrass, we've still got flurries and some light snow falling, so be aware of that. Road conditions could be slick. Throughout the day, we'll have on again, off again snow showers out there. Temperatures hovering upper 20s, low 30s here, mid 30s south and east. We'll catch a break and get active again later in the week.
Current road conditions from our LEX 18 mobile cam. This is Leestown Road in Lexington. We have an update at the traffic situation in Scott County. A crash that had 2 lanes of I-75 northbound closed near mile marker 134 is cleared. We have 2 crashes right now in Lexington. Non-injury crash, Old Frankfort Pike near South Yarnalton Pike and Greendale Road at Citation Boulevard. Be careful this morning.
And have a wonderful Monday. The Today Show is next.
LEX 18. It's about time we fit into your schedule. Streaming local news 24/7. Search for LEX 18 on your device.